hello there, and welcome to Love, Travel, Live, Travel. I am one of your hosts today. I am Joshua Harrell today. And who are you today?
Today, I'm feeling pretty Paul LaHood today. At least that's what the title card says, so I'll go with it too.
You're going to go with that.
Yeah, no change backsies. Evan will get mad if I do that mid-show.
Yeah. You could go with like Charlene Smith.
Ooh. Yeah. I don't know if I ever had an alter ego or what they would go by. Probably a pun like Tom Ado or something like that. What about you?
Oh.
Caesar salad?
I haven't given it much thought, but you went
I have
there.
a lot of thought.
You went there so fast that I was like, oh wow, okay. I was okay. Anyway, welcome to the show. And Hannah from Tapestry Travel says, happy Friday, all. Happy Friday to you, Hannah. Thank you for joining us live. For those of you who have not been to our show before, our happy hour, as we sometimes call it. We've never called it that, but I'm going to call it that now.
I'm feeling happy.
So for those of you who have not joined us, this show is all about being in the travel industry and loving it, living it every single day. And Paul and I are very grateful to be in the travel industry. So we're going to be guiding today's happy hour. And those of you who are joining us live on our YouTube channel, first of all, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you get notified every time that we are live. But if you are watching us live, join in the chat. Tell us where you are watching us from. Tell us who you are. We'd love some first names in there because sometimes you are using your company name. And also we put a question in there, our poll question for the day, like a polecat. We have a polecat question. No, we don't. Outside of travel, what are you convinced that you could do professionally and hold on your own? So again, outside of travel, and so Paul, I'm going to let you percolate on that a little bit. You guys at home or wherever you are, drop your answers in the chat. And we're just going to have a fun time. And another thing we did last week that I really, really loved is we brought back, I don't know why we stopped doing it, but we brought back asking, share your wins and challenges.
Yeah.
In whatever business you're in, I assume it's the travel business in some degree.
Sneaking suspicion.
I have a feeling, yeah. So share your wins and challenges because I'll tell you what, this audience is pretty supportive and wants to share, be able to share in some of your success, as well as maybe even commiserate a little bit if you're feeling down and feeling blue. And Paul and I are here to lift you up. You raise me up. Sorry, you kind of give me that vibe of that guy that sings that song I can't remember. Josh Groban. Thank you. Producer Evan is behind the camera, and he is making sure that we stay on target. We've got some great stuff. We've got a growth mindset that we're taking into the weekend because we're going to be talking about trip activities with our friend Rob Keene from Project Expedition. So happy to have a guest. I adore you, Paul, but I do love a guest from the outside. So we're going to be talking about Project Expedition. We're also going to talk about Copenhagen and some of their initiatives to promote sustainability with their travel. We're also going to talk a little bit about summer entertainment travel trends, or a new trend, I would say. So yeah, we've got a little bit of everything today, and of course, what you guys bring to the table. All right, to the white table. We have a very white table. It blends in with your shirt, Paul. You're doing cowboy vibes.
I've never had the opportunity to wear it, but I figured it'd be more fun to wear it today with everybody else and share. You know, yeehaw.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
Yeah, it's. I do give off a little bit of cowboy vibes. As you guys know, I just got into cowboy boots, but still figuring out how to wear them without my feet turning into blocks of wood after the whole day, you know?
Oh, okay.
They really hurt.
Well, I will tell you the first time, well, not the first time I wore cowboy boots, but the first time I wore cowboy boots around our Velma from Texas.
Oh, yeah.
She immediately gave me a list of things that I needed to do. One was to wear like several pairs of socks to stretch out the boot.
Oh, that'd be good.
Makes it a little more comfortable.
Cushion it too.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe you try that.
Yeah.
But the good thing about it is we have our Velma coming in a little bit. So maybe
Fun.
she's going to talk about other things other than boot wear. But while she's here, we might as well ask her. So Paul, I'm going to ask you the question. So outside of travel, what do you think you could do professionally and hold your own?
Probably something where I'm speaking a good bit. I think I would really like to not do motivational speaking, but maybe give a lot more trainings on topics that I'm knowledgeable. I'm really good at public speaking, so I think I could teach that, or just teach marketing in general. I thought that would look pretty fun.
Okay.
Going back to, they say if you don't know how to do it, you teach or something like that, but it seems like a pretty stable job too.
I feel like you're coming for my job though, because I talk about marketing. So can two people talk about marketing? And
Well,
still
certainly.
FA?
That's the market. Yeah, and if you weren't here, where would you be?
There's so many things that I just think I would crush it at.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know. Our Christopher said to me, he said, what if all of a sudden you were put on the stage at State Farm Arena,
Okay.
and there was thousands of people? What would you do? And it sounds terrifying, but I think I love to sing, but I don't think I could sing enough to keep them there. I feel like I would try to get that room united.
Okay.
So I don't know what job that is.
Motivational speaker, I think.
Oh my gosh, you and I have similar aspirations.
Right on.
We did not plan that, guys.
Oh. Well,
I don't know if I could bring the whole room together, but I feel.
No. And I would go a different way. If I was on State Farm Arena, I have a stand-up routine written out. I think I would lose that audience in like 2 minutes flat. It's pretty
We
rough.
are just peeling the layers of our Paul.
Yeah, I'm an onion. I stink.
Wow, that is not what I was expecting. So let's move over to our chat to see what's going on over there. World Via Chris said, Happy Friday from Roswell, Georgia. I think I could be a professional hot dog eating champ.
Ooh.
Maybe. I think it maybe. He is not convinced.
Chrissy Chestnuts. All right.
Okay. Deborah Plunkett, Happy Friday. I could have a small bed and breakfast.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Hannah said, I could run a theater company. I worked in theater for many years. Hannah, I wouldn't have guessed that for you, but knowing you, I can see it. I can absolutely see it.
That sounds fun.
Or Terry said, I think I could make a living in creative writing.
Ooh.
And I do believe that because our Terry can write.
Yeah.
He can write.
He's very eloquently spoken.
Yes, he uses all the words in the dictionary. I love it. And thank you for joining, Terry. All right, Erica. Our Erica said, my dream job, ninja librarian game show host.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. I support that. Whatever that is.
I'm even having a hard time visualizing that. Like,
Yeah. It seems like an untapped market because I don't know if it exists yet, but it will once you get in there.
yeah, I feel like own it.
Yeah.
I feel like you will own it. Let's see. Bill said I could definitely be an IT system admin.
Ah.
It's my full-time job of 20 years, LOL. Aside from that, I would say teaching.
Yeah.
I could see Bill teaching. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I'm glad that he's confident in his IT, in his full-time job. That's pretty good.
I love it. And Hannah said, oh, I love a pair of cowboy boots. Maybe you need a different pair of socks.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Not wear it at the
Socks.
airport all day.
Anyone that's worn boots, I think, will tell you socks are a solution, except if you buy the boots too small, which that's what I did. And those who know the red boot situation. So, Flights and Fables said smoked meats.
That's her business? Or his business?
Yeah. Smoked meats.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't even know how you smoke meat.
Yeah, I mean, I know people that do their own wines, do their own beers, but I would be really interested to hear more about your process for smoking meats. Like, do you go to farmers markets?
But they could just be saying, "Hey, that's what I would like to do. I like smoked meats, so therefore
You got a passion.
But I guess if we're saying you can hold your own, then there's got to be some skill there.
When you love meats, you live meats. Yeah.
Oh, it's Rocky, and I'm down in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
What's up, Rocky? Good to meet you.
Yes, very good to meet you. Or to see you here.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
To happy hour.
Happy hour.
Yeah. Bill said I could be a game show host.
That would be
so cool. Paul, behind door number 2, you could get, I don't know, someone's old storage unit.
Ooh.
Or you could get a yacht.
I hate it, but I'm going for the storage unit. I'm a gambler. could be cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
Rocky said, happy hour. Should I go grab a drink real quick?
Grab me one too.
Yeah. I think it is definitely welcome. All right. Well, you guys keep the comments coming in. Again, we want to hear your answer to the question outside of travel. What would you do professionally and hold your own? I would love to hear that. And also, please share your wins and challenges. And of course, producer Evan is getting crazy with all his little gadgets back there, and he's reminding us, please subscribe and hit that bell to get notified. Subscribe. Yeah?
Yeah.
Subscribe.
I've subscribed.
When do you subscribe? Now.
Now.
Yeah. If you haven't subscribed, what do you do?
Subscribe.
I love it. Okay. So, normally, you would not be here.
In an ideal world, I would not be here, yes. No,
normally, our Jason would be here.
Yeah.
And he has been gone for the longest trip.
Oh my gosh.
I felt like I missed him. He said, I'm going to Africa. You're not going to hear from me. Mm-hmm. And I was starting to feel a little like, you complete me and I miss you. And then he messaged me on Wednesday because he missed us.
Oh, good.
So, I'm just saying. So Jason is flying out of Nairobi, I guess, this weekend. And so we will see him next week. Excited to hear about his trip. But you also just got back from a trip.
Yeah.
You were in Orlando.
I was. It was really cool. And I was in Orlando checking out the Walt Disney World. So I got to stay at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. I highly recommend it if you're staying at a Disney resort because it was like a zoo. It was like staying
at a kingdom of animals, maybe?
Yeah, well, because it was like being on zoo is the wrong word, but it's like being on a safari that I wouldn't have to leave my hotel room because there were giraffes and zebras and ducks right outside my wall. I don't think the ducks were invited. I think they saw free food and just kind of let themselves in. But I very welcome because it was a great time and got to go to a park I've never been to, which was Epcot.
You've never been to Epcot?
I have never been to Epcot. I went to Magic Kingdom, and that was it. So I went to Epcot, and me and my wife went to every single country in that circle. And oh my gosh, it was really fun. It was like being in a museum of all these different countries because you get a quick little taste, and then you move to the next one, and now you're in Italy, now you're in Morocco, China, and
It's blowing my mind, guys, because he's never been.
I've never been.
So this was a whole new world.
Yeah, Disney. No, but there was some really, like, on the topic of songs. At the end, there was we stayed for the fireworks show.
Oh yeah.
And they were doing, it was like a montage of all these Disney movies.
Yeah, and it gets you.
It was really cool.
When they do their shows like that, it gets you.
Yeah.
And then there's voiceover, and there's
Yeah.
music, and it's like, oh, and no, they're not going there. They're going there, and then it's like a little squish, 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 squish. You start crying a little bit. It's everything.
It went from, you got a friend in me to never had a friend like me, and I was like, wow, that's a really great mashup. So it was just constantly doing fun stuff, and yeah, then it was just a really good time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we have to share some of your photos because Paul sent us photos. And I don't know if you have friends like this, but you see them out of their element. They're just out in the wild, right? And, I'm looking at these photos and I'm like, okay, that's Paul. And then all of a sudden you became like a Hulk. I don't know, you did this body pose thing that everybody's like, did he go to the gym in between like countries? So anyway, there's a pose that you did. I don't know if you're aware of it, but we were all like, where did he? Yeah, you did it. You did it. Anyway, well, I'm glad that you got to experience Epcot. I'm sure our audience is excited too, because many of us have all been multiple times. So
I'm late in the game.
Your childish whimsy and wonderment around it is fantastic.
Yeah, I really did have a good time. It was super cool. Oh yeah.
Oh my,
wow.
Yeah.
I look good.
That is not you.
I think I felt intimidated by the statue, and I had to one up him or something.
I don't know. All right, moving right along.
Yeah.
So we have our Tyler Rose standing by. It's time for, or not? It's time for. Velma, how are you?
Well, I look very bright today. I'm not sure what's going on.
You do. You are giving us, you are radiating light.
Full of bright ideas.
I don't know. Anyway, it's
Well,
Texas sunshine, I guess.
I guess it is. Well, listen, we were talking about having, being growth-minded as we're stepping into the weekend. And you are thinking about that growth mindset these days, aren't you?
I am. I've found that successful people have a growth mindset. That means that they have a way about thinking about challenges, and instead of letting a challenge hold them back, they think about learning from that experience and how to improve over time. That helps you grow.
It does, and it sounds very simple, but having that type of mindset it's almost like being a Jedi. You need to be one with the Force, don't you, Velma? Well, you can get distracted, right?
I guess so. Yes. And along those same lines, when you have that growth mindset, you also it helps to think about what you would like to do or how you would like to be, when you are successful. So when you're first starting out, for an example, when you first start out with a travel business, you think about what do I want to, what should this look like when I'm successful? And go ahead and set yourself up to operate as if you are successful. Have routines, set yourself tasks, and go ahead and get started. If you don't have a lot of customers, book all your relatives, do practice trips, become very self-confident, and erase any kind of doubts. You want to feel like you know what you're doing, even if you're just starting out.
Absolutely. And those limiting beliefs can shut you down
Oh, it's
all
terrible.
throughout whether you're just getting started, you've been doing it for a while, or you've been
Mhm.
doing it for a really long time. They like to creep in, don't they?
They do. I talked to an agency owner this week, and she was a little down, and I said, "Well, what's going on?" She said, "Well, I've sold a lot of trips, and I've been real busy, but this week I have no bookings. I have no one to quote." And I
Mm.
said, "Well, let's look at this as a week to regroup, get your files back in order, and do a little practice, learn something, because you've already told me you've been busy, so we know you're successful. Don't let one week of slow sales just drag you down. That's just crazy."
I like the applause, but I like the idea of whether it's organizing your files, kind of taking care of the back office side of
Yeah.
things, or is this
Mhm.
a time to maybe tackle one of those projects to better market your business, or oftentimes, especially you said she's busy, she's been busy. A lot of times when
Correct.
you are busy, you're not touching any of your marketing, or going to your website, you don't find out that sometimes just even going to your website, you find, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I need to change this, or that link doesn't work, or
Mm.
something. So you can do some of that
Mhm.
maintenance stuff, but you're still working on your business, right?
That's right. And it's funny that you say that, because while I was in the meeting with her, we looked at her website, and I was looking at some of her promotions, and I said, "Well, you've got a few promotions here that expired." So
Ooh.
she said, "Oh yeah, I need to take care of that. So
Hmm.
this is a good time."
Yeah.
And if it, and for our audience, hey, uh, I bet that is you as well. I bet you have something a little ugly sitting out there that you just haven't gotten to yet,
Yeah.
right? Well, I love a growth mindset. Sometimes you can be so minded that you are like, what do I do next?
Hmm.
So I liked what you said at the beginning. Create those to-do lists. Get everything down on paper, because sometimes the swirl that we create is more because we're not organizing our thoughts. We're having the same thought over and over again. But if we get it on paper, we don't have to worry that thought's not going to go away. It's there. We've
Yeah.
got it. And we
Mhm.
can add to that list as we need to, and then we cross things off and
Ugh,
get massive satisfaction when we cross it off.
I love
Oh yeah.
crossing off things. It's
Yes.
so good.
And a tip with the tasks is to make sure your tasks are nice and bite-sized,
Hmm.
because if they're so large, you don't get that satisfaction of crossing them off.
Yeah.
So if you got a
Specific.
big task, break it up into small things, and then
Mm.
you can feel like you're making a difference. I'm just saying, this is coming from the person who hasn't gotten through all the Amazon packages that is sitting in his office right now. So on my list is
Speaking of
to,
satisfaction,
yeah,
opening those, yeah.
yeah, I opened them. I just didn't really
Oh,
do anything with them. So anyway, well, Velma, thank you so much for joining us as always.
Good to see you both.
thank you.
Love to see the brilliance, the brightness of our Velma. Have a wonderful weekend, Velma. We'll see you back real soon.
Cute.
Okay?
All right. Bye.
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 Oh, I just adore Velma.
She's so sweet.
We didn't ask her about the boots, though. We got so talking
Oh,
about
that's
the
all
growth,
right.
being growth minded.
I'll catch her when I see her.
Do you feel like you're growth minded?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think I'm keeping myself in one spot. I like to keep moving, like a cute little shark. It's got to be cute. I don't. Sharks are kind of scary right now. Shark Week's coming up. They're on my mind. Are you a growth mindset?
I wasn't expecting cute baby shark. I wasn't.
Sharks
That's
are cute.
that's. A baby shark. Yeah.
Sharks are cute, man.
I love it.
Sharks. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a growth mindset, sir?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
good.
But it's good, and then it's bad too.
Yeah.
It's
You don't
it's,
let yourself rest as much.
Yeah, you constantly are going at it. So I feel like I have to be intentional about creating project planner boards or
Yeah,
or
smart
mind
objectives.
mapping, where you just like take a big sheet of paper and you start in the center with, here's my idea. This is what I want to do. I want to sell more group vacations. Then you just kind of draw off there everything that comes to mind.
Oh,
and then
with the yarn. And you
well,
make all the lines.
just with a marker, but if you want to do it with a yarn, I think that could add a little extra gamification with it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but getting it out of my head is the thing that I need to do first.
That's the first step.
It is the first step. It is the first step. All right. Well, we got some chat going on. I'm going to pop over there real quick. Bill is asking, Paul, since you were at the World Showcase at Epcot, did you drink around the world?
Oh, you know what? I did stop for food in a couple places, but no, I did not drink around the world. I did have a beautiful Jade Lady, which was a drink I found in the China portion. Very green, almost glow in the dark green. It was so bright and colorful. I loved it.
I'm sure it was so healthy.
You know what? It was a lot of fruit that I could taste. But then I also got bubble tea, non-alcoholic, but I'm getting drinks. Gotta stay hydrated.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
So Linda said that she's giggling at my shirt because she ordered the exact same shirt for her husband on an upcoming cruise.
Wow, man, you both have good taste.
Yeah, girl.
I love it. So Jason wore a shirt a few weeks back. It was like a Hawaiian shirt, and that looked so familiar to me. And I just realized I have the same shirt. So
we gotta figure out a day for you guys to surprise wear it together.
yeah, like it's a uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be like Parent Trap. Evan will convince Jason to wear it. I'll try to convince you to wear it. It'll be great.
I love that you use the Parent Trap reference. I'm assuming you're doing a Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, of course.
And I'm a Haley Mills. So okay.
No, I can't even pretend. It's Lindsay Lohan. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. We talked about this at the top of the show. So recent survey that Allianz conducted. So nearly 1/4 of Americans are planning to travel to a major pop culture event this summer. And I think that's kind of interesting because it poses the question, would you travel to specifically to go to an event, or do you want to travel to the destination and then you find out what events are going on?
Oh yeah, so I would say I would travel for one of my favorite bands, but none of them are still together. So I would probably say I really want to just go to an area and find out what they're doing locally that week, and plan to do that. Like we're going to Japan in September, and I'm trying to see what festivals are happening there because they're always really fun. Or if we went to California, I would be kind of checking. I'm wondering what's happening that weekend.
Yeah. But you're not making your travel around somebody else's event.
It's around my schedule. I'm in control here.
Taylor Swift, whatever about your schedule, right? It's just if it's convenient.
Yeah. What about me?
Yeah.
Capital
What about
me.
you?
What about you?
Yeah. So I would not. There's nothing I would do.
It seems complicated to plan your trip around someone else or someone else's schedule.
And it's funny because just a few weeks ago we did that as a poll question. Would you, who would you travel to see, what have you? And my response was Cyndi Lauper, because this is her final tour. This is her farewell tour.
That's a hard,
long history. She's been around my life forever. And this weekend, I found out that she is going to be in Atlanta when I am going to be in Atlanta. And so who is going to see Cyndi Lauper? This guy right here. I would not go to I would not plan a trip for her, but I definitely bought tickets to.
Oh,
go
I
see
love that that worked out for you.
So
That's so awesome.
it did.
Yeah.
So here's kind of the breakdown. Younger travelers are more likely to travel for an event based on this survey. Okay, 40% of the 18 to 34 group, they would go, and 26% of 35 to 54, and only 9% of 55 and older would go. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and it also makes me think if there's a band or a singer, somebody you resonate with, or even there's a lot of like Comic-Con type conventions and things like that based around different passions that people have.
Yeah,
if
that's
that's
true.
your gig, then maybe that is an opportunity for you to lean into that a little bit more and find other people like you that would travel for these different things, because it sounds like it's on the rise if
Yeah.
we're looking at this group that is doing it. All right, so very excited because our next guest
Oh.
is a friend of Worldvia and has been ever since we met him. He is super awesome. His company has got such a great reputation with our advisors that that's how I was introduced to them. I was like, Project Expedition, what is this? We don't need another supplier. And advisors who I know are very discerning said, oh no, this is the real deal.
Okay.
So that's how I got to meet them and or become aware of them. And then I got to meet Rob Keane. So Rob, are you there?
I'm here. Wow, what an introduction. It made me very nervous.
I made you very nervous.
Yeah.
I just said you were a great guy.
Yeah, I enjoyed that part. The real deal. Yeah. It's
Oh.
the way we met. Yeah, very kind of you guys. I've been chuckling along to the last 10 minutes of the chat. It's been having a great time.
We do. This is how we work really hard all week, and then this is where we throw it all away. Like we're just we just don't. We're just having a good time, and because you know what, we work in travel, and it's a fun industry, right?
100%. Yeah, it's a very, very good point.
Yeah, Rob, you got to get used to. Producer Evan loves to play with the sound effects, so
Oh, I can't wait.
yeah, they're there. So Rob, tell us a little bit about you. Where are you visiting us from?
So I'm dialing in from New York. Can't quite see that, I guess, today. It's a bit of a cloudy day. The accent, though, is not from New York. It's British. So I moved over here 10 years ago. Still stay true to the accent.
Well, I hear you've got a favorite pizza joint in New York. No, you don't. I know he doesn't.
That's what I heard.
I was really messing with you because our Evan said, I asked him what his favorite pizza joint is. Everyone in New York knows their pizza joint. And you were like, yeah, there's a place that I go to.
Yeah, it was suspicious. So suspicious you didn't have an answer. That's probably the only one who
Yeah, I
doesn't.
mean, my local around the corner, I mean, it's right at the right time. in the
It's
evening.
convenient.
I wouldn't send you there for a great pizza.
But it's your favorite.
Well, because producer Evan is such a foodie, and he researches everywhere he goes. Your answer left him very disappointed. So yeah, next time you come to Atlanta, he'll take you out to a restaurant, and you'll be like, wow. This is how you people live. That's how it is.
Show me the money.
Yeah.
So Rob, tell us about your journey in the industry. What do you love about the travel industry?
Oh, the people. Hands down, the people. That's what I love about the industry. I guess my journey started 10 years ago when myself and Jeremy, who's my co-founder, we started the company. I was not from travel, dived in because it's a fun industry. I've traveled a lot myself, and wanted to create a business. And then we kind of gravitated towards travel advisors, and we sort of built our whole business, which, as you know, it's all tours and experiences and transfers, the things to see and do when you get there. We decided to build our model for advisors. So we kind of went B2B from a business sense. And obviously our goal was to create a great business and grow it. But the real unexpected joy over the last 10 years has been the people side of things. And I mean that from many different aspects. And I think honestly, maybe I was naive. I didn't think that would be sort of part of building a business. Just being able to have great relationships with everyone we work with. And that's our suppliers, our tour operators, our activity providers around the world, getting to know them, getting to grow with them. And then our clients, people like yourselves, our advisors. It's been amazing to go on the journey with them, to grow together, to win together, to have the bad days together, but ultimately be in partnership together and support each other. And yeah, there's been some tough days over the last few years, and I look to our clients and the people that have helped get us through it and the words they've said, and yeah, it's definitely people. The real unexpected joy of creating a company.
I would concur with that. I think that's something that when I was joining the company, I was not. It wasn't even a thing, and it is the thing. It is the thing, and I loved that you used my favorite word. My favorite word is joy. It is so small, but it means something so amazing. Anyway, sorry, you had me at joy.
You had me at joy.
You had me at joy. So on Love Travel, Live Travel, we like to get into the loving travel part a lot. So what is your favorite place to visit, or the best place that you've been so far?
Great question. I think it changes depending on what I'm in the mood for. I am very happy to hit the Caribbean on an all-inclusive and just relax and do some things from there. The most, I guess, adventurous thing I'd say is Iceland. I've done some really great things there. And I think Iceland surprised me because I kind of went there for sort of nature and sort of the landmarks. But we had some great city tours in Reykjavik. We did a food tasting, did a beer tasting crawl. And that side of sort of a city trip I wasn't expecting. And the landmarks are incredible there, but also then the adventurous side was there. Like I got to go snowmobiling on a glacier. I mean, who'd have thought? Imagine doing that.
Only James Bond.
Yeah.
Only James Bond would do it.
My photos wouldn't get you close to that. You wouldn't be thinking James Bond. You'd be like holding on for dear life. Yeah, that was a fun destination. Just lots of different types of things going on.
Well, Deborah has chimed in and said, "Hi, Rob. Thank you to you and your staff for all of the support." So
thank you, Deborah. That's really, really kind of you. I'll let them know. Still a small team. Whenever we get nice feedback like that, I have a group chat, so I'm going to share it. So thank you very much for letting us know.
Yep, we'll tell them. Deborah from Washington. She is giving you kudos. So Rob, there's some questions that we like to bring up on a regular basis with our guests. So I'm going to take you through one of my favorite ones, and that is, if you could have coffee with any historical figure, who would you choose? Now, I want to, just because those of our audience who have watched the show before, you can't go to magical places. You can't make up people, you can't go into the land of legends. Like, it needs to be, we need to know that the person actually existed.
So a real person.
Yeah, I know that just knocked everything off your list.
Santa Claus is out.
He was like Bilbo Baggins. Bilbo Baggins. That's
right. He's real. I don't know how historical. I've just finished reading Sam Walton's book, The Walmart Founder. I really,
Oh.
really enjoyed that.
Interesting.
And part of it's just the entrepreneurial journey. I really like that side of just how you create something. So I resonate with that. But I like how he did it, from what I could tell, just a very kind and a listening way, and wanting to do the right thing for just customers and clients. And I learned a lot from that book just from reading the story about how to build a business, but to conduct yourself as well. And I thought that was really interesting because I think it's one thing to grow and have clients, but I think it's another of how you operate and what kind of person you are. So I really enjoyed that book. I'd love to, won't be able to, but I'd love to have a list of follow-up questions on that book. Yeah, really, really interesting.
That's a great choice.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, that is a great answer.
He's
And
got a great
now
story.
that I feel like people right now are writing down, check out the Sam Walton book.
Here's my affiliate link.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's his side business, guys. That's his side business. All right, Rob, before we let you go, and I'm so glad we haven't had a guest in a while, so I'm so
know.
glad that you joined us.
Thank you.
But the reason why I like having a guest is because I get to pull out my magic wand and ask you this question, okay? If you were traveling and you lost all your baggage, everything, okay? But with a wave of my wand, I could bring one thing back. What is it and why? And it can't be a person because you don't pack a person. I'm sorry, there's a few things that I've learned over the...
Yeah.
I tried, it just didn't work.
Sorry, honey.
Those airfares are really high these days.
Great question. I think it's probably just something as simple like a camera. I think I could figure out everything else, but I'd like to still have the memories and keep that.
Oh.
Now,
I
there's some
love
practical
that.
concerns here, how I'd get home and whatnot, but
Yeah.
I'm there, I guess. So just let's make some memories that I remember, and we'll figure out how to afford going home.
As long as you got your camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, that is the perfect answer. So I'm going to wave my wand, and there you've got it. You've got your camera for your memories. Rob, thank you so much for joining the Love Travel Live Travel show. I hope you had a good time.
I've had a brilliant time. Thank you so much for having me. It's always great to catch up with you both. It's good to see you both. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, we will see you real soon. And guys, check out Project Expedition. Fantastic product. As you heard Deborah say, the team over there they've got your back, and just real cool people to work with. So please check them out. And Rob, we'll see you soon. Take care.
Absolutely. See you guys. Bye.
Bye. Oh, I miss Rob used to
What a cool
live in
guy.
Atlanta.
Oh, man, really?
Yeah, in the moment I was like, hey, do you want to go get lunch? He was like, oh, I moved to New York. And I was like, you should tell people. You should tell people. And by people, I mean me.
Yeah.
Like, you should say something.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
That really ripped the Band-Aid off. Oh, I'm on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
I'll never be back.
Yeah,
No, he
I'll
comes
never
by
be
and
back.
visits. Yeah. Well, it was great having him by.
Yeah. Yeah. No, love Rob, love Project Expedition.
I've used it
Expedition.
myself.
I keep like slurring my words.
No, it's a lot of consonants.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gee, I hope you guys appreciate this. He is so supportive. It's like, yeah, you're messing up all the words, but you know what? It's okay. There's a lot of consonants there. So, anyway. So we promised you, now, last week, we promised you this week that we would, so Paul got married recently.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking a little bit about it, but I think it's hard to really feel like you have experienced the wedding until you actually get to see the wedding. So we've got some footage that you shared with us, and would you take us through it?
Heduka, Imaru. Or as I say, how's everyone doing? So here is one of the later stages of the wedding, where I'm walking into the ceremony with my now bride in the red. So there's a big thing where you just dance in like a conga line with your people supporting you. That's my brother standing behind me, and all of our family and friends behind each other. Forgive my dance moves, but they're very good. Trust me, they're really good. And you're gonna see this lady stand in front of us and start throwing money into our faces. So it's very customary that you support the bride and groom immediately. And by that they mean to throw money on you as you dance. And it's a really good time. I did get a couple paper cuts on my face, so that's why we're all looking down. They put it right in your face. But we walked in. That was probably the third time we walked in and did that after a couple outfit changes. I only had 2 different outfits, but Josephina, she had 3 different dresses she wore that night.
Wow.
So, ladies,
sounds like my kind of evening.
If you know how tight those wedding dresses can be sometimes, imagine having to take them off, put them back on 3 times. She really felt tall that day because you get squished upwards.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for sharing the video with us.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not enough to do it justice, but that's a small part of the traditions that I guess take place in. It was really, really magical. Yeah. And hope you all get to experience it someday. Bring a lot of ones.
Yeah, like I feel like it is my dream to make it rain.
Hey.
And you got to experience that as a
Show
couple.
me the money.
It was great. They had to pick it up with a broom and trash bags. That floor was pretty green by the end.
That's awesome. Well, again, congratulations on getting married.
Thank you. I did my
Josephina,
best.
welcome to the family.
Hi, Josie.
Oh, let's see here. And Hannah said, congratulations again, Paul.
Thank you.
Oh, and our Erica said ditto to Debbie, what she said about Project Expedition.
Oh,
so,
for sure. Trito, whatever it is. Me too. Me 3.
Trito.
Trito, baby.
Wow, I've never even thought about that.
Either.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a thing.
Maybe it's a thing. So we should have talked about this story while Rob was on, since he lives in New York. But beginning January 1st, 2025, hotels with more than 50 rooms will not be able to provide those little tiny bottles of toiletries. Any bottles under 12 ounces.
Really?
That's according to the Department of Environmental Conservation's website.
Okay, that's fair.
They're not going to be providing the little small bottles. And I think it was producer Evan who said, well, what if they give you like big bottles of stuff you don't like? I don't think that's happening. I think they're going to be putting those canisters on the wall, and you're going to have to do the...
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
Pump it. Yeah,
Please take one.
Huh?
It's going to be like the bowls out for Halloween that says, please take one. Please pump once.
Yeah. Save the environment, just pump once.
Yeah.
Which, I don't like the little bottles. I mean, they fall all over, and then
they're never usually that good.
Yeah, they're not that good. And then you, if you're staying someplace for a while, then they put new bottles, even though you've got the bottle in the shower or something like that. So that is wasteful.
That is wasteful.
I think it's a smart move. I just want to make sure. I don't know how about you, but I don't know about you, but I want to make sure that canister is on lockdown. I don't want anybody to be able to put any random things into
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's now going to ruin you anytime you see one of those
my goodness.
Canisters.
I'm going to check each time, see if I can unscrew it. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I just used one the other day.
Yeah. It's a thing. There's, for those of you who travel a lot, I mean, we love to travel, but I'm just saying, for those of you that travel a lot, I know you've got stories. I know you've got things that you look for when you go into the hotel room. and Hannah said that they'll be able to buy better stuff in bulk anyway.
Oh, there we go.
So Hannah, you are supporting the cause. I love it.
Thank you, Hannah.
I just don't trust other travelers.
No. I don't trust myself. I'm not going to trust these other travelers. Oh my goodness.
Don't put coffee beans in the container. Like,
Ew. Have you seen that?
I have seen that. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why?
I was like, oh,
what
is this...
benefit?
Erica's like, ooh, yeah. I have seen that, especially if they've got just like tops that can pop off. Maybe a child did that, or a very childish adult.
Sound like a garnish for the shampoo?
No. At first, I thought it was like some kind of exfoliant, but it was in the conditioner, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, I do like the idea that they're doing this, but when we were talking about the story yesterday, Alyssa was saying, well, that stinks because every time I travel, I take the little bottles with me. And then in her guest bathroom, she has all the little bottles all
like a
lined up.
charcuterie board of soaps.
Yes. But that is New York, and we'll see what other states follow. I'm sure our producer Evan will keep us in the know on that.
Really hope it down.
Also, we have a story about HX. You know, it's not Herdegruden, it's HX. They're all about the expedition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going places.
Yeah, so they have teamed up with the National Audubon Society, the leader in bird conservation across the Americas. And because both companies are known for their conservation for the Audubon Society and sustainable expedition travel cruising with HX. They are collaborating with 10 Audubon voyages. Selected from HX's global offerings to enrich the understanding and appreciation of birds today and tomorrow.
Wow. Are you a bird fan? Are you a bird nerd?
Well, I heard it's called a birder.
Oh.
And I'm not a birder, and I do love living things, so I will say that. But my office has floor-to-ceiling glass, and it's got like some sort of a tent on it. And there is a cardinal right now that is not in love with itself. It is trying to kill itself, and so it's like pat, 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 pat. Yeah, he's really aggressive.
Always slamming into the window.
So that's not fun. But Hertegruten, the company, the cruise line, they've been around since 1896. They used to deliver mail to the little ports in Norway. Do they still do it?
I think I heard they still do mail.
Okay. But HX is not that. They've broken off from that. But they have been down for a while. And so on each trip, there are hosts trained that you've got trained ornithologists.
Yeah.
I just needed to say it a few times. Or a team of local naturalist guides, ensuring that travelers gain unmatched insights into bird species and their behaviors.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you think you'd have fun on that?
I'd have to see what kind of birds they have. If they got the big ones like owls or eagles or hawks, maybe, but I don't know if I'm jumping for a sparrow, you know?
I think it's the more rare stuff, Paul.
Oh, okay.
So Paul, Evan, if you didn't hear him, said he thinks it's the more rare stuff.
But if I'm going to another country...
I don't think it's a sparrow.
If I'm going to another country, every bird is like a rare bird to me because I've never seen them all before, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to know the difference. I think my efforts are better well spent with that very popular song that Erica mentions. The bird is the word. I'll just work on that for a little.
Bird, bird, bird. Well, the bird is a word.
Mow, mow. Yeah.
I love it. Let's see. Linda has jumped in and said about the toiletries. She brings her own Dove soap. So forget anything else. She brings her own Dove soap.
Yeah. Bring your own good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the shampoo sometimes it it like dries out my hair, turns into rope. It feels like so. Yeah, you probably.
I don't have to worry about that. My hair is
No, you-
fleeting.
I was gonna say, you probably experienced that too.
It's exiting really fast. Erica said the albatross.
Oh, that'd be a cool one. They got
Yeah.
really funny beaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that poem? The I shot the albatross about the sailor who. It's okay. It's I'm sorry.
How many people are Googling right now, I shot the albatross?
It's a popular one. It's yeah. It's Charles. I'm not gonna guess who it is. It's not Charles Dickens.
Well, Evan's like, yeah, it's really popular.
It's
So
really popular. Sources is dude. Trust me.
yeah. All right. Well, don't you have something special? I can talk through this.
Oh, well, I do have something special to share, and in case you couldn't tell from that sequence, it's another postcard! Woo! We just got a letter, yeah, and it looking like it's Sitka, Alaska on the inside passage. Let me avoid that glare. It is very beautiful. Reminds me of like a colonial town. It's got these beautiful old buildings and a lovely ship. Having a great time hosting an incredible group of Worldvia advisors. Have the best from Terry. Thanks, Terry, for checking in with
Let's
us.
see. I think that camera over there is a little blurry, so I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Now they
yeah,
can see
it was a little blurry. So thank you, Terry, for sending us a postcard, guys. If you're going anywhere, grab a postcard. You don't have to be going overseas. You can, even if it's like the cheese palace that is in your backyard, send us a postcard.
You have a cheese palace in your backyard?
I don't have one, but I'm just saying there. In some places, there are
Wow.
loads of things. Anyway, send us a postcard so we can add it to our wall. We're bringing postcards back, and we would love to read it on the air. And just send it to 70 Mansell Court, Suite 100, Roswell, Georgia, 30076. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, and the very last thing we're going to do is...
What are we doing?
Give me a second here.
Oh, he wasn't ready. He thought we were just going
we
to not
caught
do
him.
it. So we had this new thing where we guess the destination. So
Yeah.
somebody on our team has put together...
Destination.
At that point, I would just leave it out. I'm just saying. Anyway, so somebody on our team has picked a destination.
Yeah.
And producer Evan is going to show us some video, or not video,
Oh.
some photos.
Okay.
And then we're going to see if we can guess it. And you guys play along, okay? All right, Evan, let's go. Oh, that looks familiar.
Okay, so it's got a river. I'm seeing some text. Ooh, bottom right. Evan didn't crop that out. Let's see.
What do you see? Oh, I can't see all
Ooh.
that. Is there another picture? I don't know.
I'm guessing from the white walls, brown ceiling or brown roofs, and I think I saw the word Watten. This is in Germany. No, he says no.
It's not. Computer says no. You guys at home, does anybody know?
I thought I had that one.
The answer. This is really bad. This has now happened to us a lot. Well, not to you necessarily, but to me. All right, producer Evan, can you give us the big reveal?
It is in Zurich.
Zurich.
Zurich. All right.
Can you show the pictures one more time so everybody can get a spot of Zurich on their mind?
Wow.
I think he's gonna have to show me pictures of like Key West. I think I
Yeah.
am failing at every single one.
We should do one that we would have been at some point, like we've talked about before. But
Yeah, but there are ones that we've talked about before, but I can't.
we've totally
place
talked about
them.
Zurich before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was next week. Better
I'm
like
learning.
next time.
Next time he does Zurich, I got it.
Yeah, you got it. Well, listen, guys, it is the end of our time with you, and Paul, thank you for being a guest host
Yeah.
with us.
Thanks for having me.
You are always welcome in that seat.
Oh, I appreciate it. And Jason, thanks for letting me keep it warm for you. We'll hopefully see you back soon.
We definitely will. Guys, thank you for joining us, and we love having you live. But of course, you could be watching us at any time on the YouTube and listening to us on your favorite podcasting platform.
Yeah.
Because we are on our podcasting platforms. We're
catch us over there.
we're a podcast. That's what I meant to say.
We be podcasting.
We're potting.
Yeah.
Not really. Okay. All right, there you go, Hero. And on that, we're going to say goodbye. Have a lovely day, and we'll see you next Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for some more Love Travel, Live Travel. See you real soon.